Good morning, it's Barbara. Once more, I'm doing this streaming thing. I hope you don't mind, but I have to clear the table. And oh, my ear itches. And I have to make the bed for Jason and Allison. And I have to find the sheets for the air mattresses for the girls before they come this morning. Well, they're coming in mid-morning, and I might have to run to the store. But, so anyway, I thought I'd get up this morning and say good morning. So we are back home. We got home yesterday before dinner, Christy and I. She had a very, very successful visit to State College. We discovered that they had recommended a tent size that was way bigger than we needed, and that fit in the spot. We have a tent spot. We've had tents out on the farm quite a few times for parties and things, and for my wedding too, but that was 30 years ago, 29. And quite a few years ago, I guess I'm not sure how many years ago, but it must have been a few now, Daddy gave Mama a maple tree for her birthday and planted it where it has grown so nicely that it is now interfering with where the tents normally go. So I would just, we had to get our super long tape measure out, and we had to, I'm a corner, you go here, try to figure it out. John's like, well, I can push a branch up, but the tent that she had ordered was never going to fit there in a million years. It just didn't fit. And as it turned out, when we went back to the tent place and saw sort of the layout, they have schematics of how the tables go in the different size tents. It was too big of a tent anyway. We don't need that big of a tent. So the tent situation is all organized. They're going to come and put the tent up on Friday. The wedding is on Sunday. To put the tent up on Friday, and Christy will be there, so that'll be good. They are going to send somebody out to take a look at the area, and my brother will talk to him and they'll sort it out. But so we think the tent's sorted out, and the food was delicious. The Brazilian lady Flavia, who is runs the food truck and is the chef, was absolutely charming. The food was delicious, and so we're very excited about the food truck. And then Christy got 6 different kinds of cupcakes, and tasted cupcakes yesterday to pick out a wedding cake flavor. They don't do, I guess they would typically do some kind of tasting thing, but they don't do that with COVID still in the works. Oh, I got the hiccups. So Christy bought cupcakes in the flavors that she was considering. And she's going to have a relatively small cake and cupcakes of different flavors available, so people will have some choices about what kind of cake they want to eat, but there'll be plenty of cake. And the food truck will have churros, so there'll be plenty of dessert. Oh, and she's talking about having a candy bar. She's picturing buckets of candy at one corner of the table, so there will be plenty of sugar for anybody who needs sugar. It's going to be a lovely affair. Although I was talking to Flavia, and I'm like, oh, we got to have caipirinhas if it's Brazilian food, and now I'm trying to figure out how I can do caipirinhas at this wedding. I'm not sure about the logistics of that, but we shall see. We shall see. But it was a very nice visit. I had a very nice visit with my brother and his family. And unfortunately, my niece couldn't be there for the cupcake tasting, but we left her pieces behind, and she texted Christy her preferences. So Christy got some opinions. half of each of the cupcakes are now in our freezer. The idea is that she's going to take them to Mississippi and give Rich a chance to taste them too. But they have to stay frozen until she leaves on Saturday. So, and hopefully they will be edible when they get to Mississippi, and Rich will be able to have some idea of what the cakes taste like. But so Rich will have his chance too. So anyway, it was a very nice visit. I think Christy's about ready to be home though. You know, it's been a lot of people, and she, you know, we've been in Corona lockdown, so she's not used to having so many people in her breathing her air. Yeah, I get it. So anyway, she's I think she's awake because the light was on in her room, but I'm sure the dogs are vulturing her outside her door. But I made her a cup of coffee, so it's ready to go whenever she decides to get up or wants to venture down into the craziness. So I did do some cooking last night. I did the first step in the Matar Paneer. So cooking dinner today will be a breeze. In fact, I think it should finish up in the time it takes the rice to cook, is my guess. Although the flavors won't be so mixed. I'm feeling like I wish I had put the spices in last night. I just processed the tomatoes and the onions, sort of the sauce. So I think I will finish up the cooking well before dinner, so it has some time to sit. But it'll only be 20 minutes of my time, or half an hour of my time, to get it all done, and that should be good. But we'll have a house full of people. The weather is supposed to be pretty nice. It is very cloudy at the moment, and I'm not sure if it's burn-off cloudy or not. It's hard to tell, but it's cool, and it's not supposed to be too humid, and tomorrow is supposed to be a really super gorgeous day, so that'll be nice, because I can imagine us spending a lot of time on the deck if it's beautiful, and giving, you know, because that encourages the dogs to run around in the yard. But the girls and I, the granddaughters and I, have a project which will be tomorrow, I think. Christy has asked me to do a guest book since I made 2 books, now that I'm a bookbinder. But so I'm going to make the guest book, and she's having a photographer, and one of the things the photographer is going to do is take pictures of everybody, like a formal family portrait of all the different guests and couples. Dennis and I have never had a formal portrait, the 2 of us, taken by a professional photographer. So I'm very excited, and and that'll be fun. And so that everyone will have access to those pictures if they want them. She's getting them digitally, so people will be able to get a digital copy of their portrait, which is really nice. And they can do all different combinations, you know. It'll be fun. So I was thinking that I would make the guest book small. She's going to have about 40 guests. So a guest book with 40 guests where people just sign their name is like 2 pages. So that doesn't make sense. So I thought I would make a small guest book and have a page for each guest or each couple, and have them, you know, put their best wishes or their thoughts or their hopes for Christy and Rich or something, you know. So each page would be for one person. And Christy said, oh, can you leave the other side of the page blank? Because I can print out pictures of everybody, and I can put their picture on one side and then what they said in the book on the other. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. And I hope she doesn't mind that I just said that on the internet live, now that I say that. But this was a conversation we had yesterday. So I have to, so anyway, the project for the granddaughters and me tomorrow will be painting that really heavy watercolor paper that's like a cardboard, and for a cover for the guest book. So we stopped at Michael's and got a teal colored paint because her colors are golden teal. Got a teal colored paint, and I have blues and all different other colors. So the girls and I will be doing some abstract-y painting, whatever. I think we're just gonna go for it, and then I'm gonna figure out of everything we have what I want to use in the book. But the book, I'm picturing a book about this size. But I'll talk to Christy about exactly what size she wants. And then I need to design the inside paper with light colored lines so people have lines to write on, and you know, or Christy can, whatever she wants. So anyway, that's my project for the granddaughters tomorrow, is to do some painting, and we could do that out here, is where that all started, because it's going to be a lovely day. We could do that out here, and that'll be fun, and I think it'll be pretty. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and since we're going to have lovely weather, that should work out. But today I just have a few things to do to make Jason and Allison and the girls feel welcome. It's, you know, when you go visit somebody and they have the guest room bed all made for you and everything, and towels ready, and, you know, makes it feel like they were hoping you came. You know, I want them to know I'm glad they came. So that's fun. So tomorrow night, well, no, tonight, Aura's coming tonight for dinner, and Ella's coming today too. So we will have lots of people. In fact, we probably should wash some chairs in the... We have these 4 plastic green chairs that we might need out here too. So anyway, all is well here. I have, of course, things to do, but you know, my thing about cleaning is once the guests arrive, you can stop. You know, once the guests arrive, you can stop. And let's face it, these guests are all family. These are my kids. They know exactly what they're getting into. My mother-in-law, my niece is not judgy. You know, I just have to make sure there's room. That's all. And it'll be nice to have the bedroom welcome so that they can drag their bags upstairs straight away, and it'll be good. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to cuddle my granddaughters, and we'll, you know, and we'll just have a house full of people for a while, and the dogs will go crazy. Ugh, the dogs. They're in heaven with having Christy here, and they're going to go nuts today. So, but they do calm down eventually. They do calm down. Oh, don't tell Dennis. He doesn't watch this, so it's okay. I was a little bit annoyed with him yesterday because Christy and I walked in, and we had been gone, you know, all day overnight. So they always go crazy when I come home after being gone overnight anyway. And Christy was here, and so they were nuts. And well, it had been weird because Christy went to call Dennis when we pulled into the driveway to let him know we were here if he wanted to do something with the dogs to try to mitigate the crazy. And my phone rang. And it was like so weird because Dennis has an app on his phone, like when our house phone rings, it also rings on his cell phone, which is very handy because we have internet phone, and which is very handy because you can make phone calls from your house phone from anywhere. Dennis called his mother using the house phone when we were in Jordan, so it's very handy. But I don't have it on my phone, and so my phone started ringing with the number to the house, and it was so weird, and we're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Well, it turned out at that very moment, Dennis was calling me when Christy was calling him, and we were sitting outside the garage. So anyway, so we walk in the door. The dogs are crazy. Dennis is trying to do something, and you know, whatever. And you know, and it takes 10 minutes for them to settle down. And so they're crazy, and we're trying to get in, and we have cupcakes in the car that need to get in the freezer, and you know. And Dennis says, "Bye, I'm going to the store." I'm like, "What? You can't go to the store this minute. You have to help with the dogs." Apparently he was calling me to tell me he was going to the store. Anyway, I was annoyed. I'm like, can you help us with the dogs for a few minutes before you go to the store? I mean, how urgent could it be? And yet, I still think I have to go to the store today because we'll be having cheese and crackers and things like that. And we don't have any crackers except my keto crackers, and I don't have enough for everybody, and they can eat regular crackers. So I'll get crackers. And I'm sure some other last-minute things. Get a little list from Christy so that she has food she likes. And I don't think Dennis got bread. So, you know, how's he going to make grilled cheese? For the girls. And Christy. And Allison. So anyway. So that's the plan for today. And the dinner's half cooked, so, and it will be easy peasy, and so that will be less stressful for everybody. So that's the plan for now. All right, well, I gotta go get started. I'm sitting here, I can see my messy end of my table right here through the window. I keep looking at it. But I did straighten up my room a little bit so there's room to put some stuff in. It won't be like organized or anything, but I can at least put it away a little bit enough so that the girls can sleep in there, and it's off this table, which is all we have to do. That's the plan. That's the plan. So I will say goodbye, everybody. Please take good care of yourselves, and I will try to talk to you tomorrow. If I don't, it's just because everything's crazy in my house and I have a lot of people. But excuse me, I'll try to get the girls on with me. You want to see the granddaughters, right? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? Please take good care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe and stay sane.